Hey everybody, Jim here, Type 1 Diabetic Warriors. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That helps us get this information out to more people around the globe. So thank you for that. Now, what if I told you that an insulin is being developed that is basically a smart insulin and can think for us? Meaning, if it detects that you are approaching hypoglycemia or a low blood sugar, it basically deactivates so as not to push you into a potential seizure. It's very interesting stuff. I think you're going to like the story. It's brought to us by Novo Nordisk, and let's find out all about this right now.
Glucose-sensitive insulin. A new way to avoid low blood sugars. NNC-2215 is a new form of glucose-sensitive insulin developed by Novo Nordisk. It's designed to automatically adjust its activity based on blood sugar levels, which could significantly improve diabetes management. This smart insulin activates when glucose levels are high, helping to lower blood sugar, and deactivates when glucose levels drop, reducing the risk of hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar levels. In animal studies, NNC-2215 has shown promising results, being as effective as standard human insulin at controlling blood sugar levels in diabetic rats and pigs. Its ability to respond dynamically to changing glucose concentrations is expected to help prevent the sharp drops in glucose that can be life-threatening, especially during sleep or after meals. Glucose-sensitive insulins like NNC-2215 represent a significant advancement in diabetes management because they could help maintain more consistent glucose levels. By releasing insulin when glucose levels rise and reducing insulin activity when levels drop, they aim to provide a more physiological response to fluctuating blood sugar. Although still in the experimental stage, early studies show promise in reducing the burden of insulin dosing and the risk of hypoglycemic episodes. How does this insulin work? Glucose-sensitive polymer or peptide. NNC-2215 typically uses a specially engineered glucose-responsive polymer or peptide in its structure. This component senses glucose concentration changes in the blood. When glucose levels are high, the polymer or peptide undergoes a conformational change, activating or releasing insulin, reduced action at low glucose levels. When glucose levels fall, the structure returns to a less active or closed state, decreasing insulin release or effectiveness. This reduction helps minimize the risk of hypoglycemia, as less insulin is available to lower blood sugar further when levels are already low. Extended duration. Like many new insulin analogs, NNC-2215 is also designed to have a longer duration of action, reducing the need for frequent injections. Its glucose-responsive action makes it adaptive to changing blood sugar levels, offering a smoother and safer blood glucose control than traditional insulins. This glucose sensitivity concept aims to create a more autonomous diabetes management system. It could mean fewer injections, lower risk of dangerous lows, and less intensive monitoring for people with diabetes. Preclinical trials. During this phase, the drug is tested in the lab and in animal models. If these studies show promising results, the drug then moves into human trials. Phase 1 clinical trials. This phase focuses on safety in a small group of healthy volunteers, usually lasting about a year. Phase 2 clinical trials. Here the drug is tested in people with diabetes to determine efficacy and dosing, usually lasting 1 to 2 years. Phase 3 clinical trials. This phase involves a larger population over a longer time, typically 2 to 4 years, to confirm effectiveness and monitor for adverse effects. For diabetes therapies, Phase 3 is particularly rigorous. Regulatory review and approval. Once Phase 3 is complete, data is submitted to regulatory agencies like the FDA, US, or EMA, Europe for approval. This process can take 1 to 2 years. Novo Nordisk will no doubt release updates on the progress of this program. This channel will monitor their progress and report any results as they become available.
Okay, glucose-sensitive insulin. Sounds like a great idea to me. Anybody who's ever experienced a hypoglycemic event knows it's terrifying. I can't even count how many times I've had that in the past. So I think that would be a wonderful invention while we wait for a cure, of course. But this is definitely in their wheelhouse because, as we have reported, Novo Nordisk is also working on once-a-week insulins as well. So we will keep you apprised of these developments as they move along. Maybe some years down the road, but you never know. If their clinical trials go well, they may be fast-tracked by the FDA. We always hope something like that will happen. Now, we've got a big bit of information coming from you from one of our regular topics that we cover here, and that is Vertex. They have just released some information, and we are putting together the finishing touches on a video, and we'll have that for you probably in the next 48 hours. So until then, be well, take care of yourselves, and have a wonderful day.